Hello, I'm DerTebbers. Welcome aboard and welcome to beautiful Palermo, Italy. Down on the Sicilian island, northern part of the Sicilian island. We are here. I'm going to so butcher this name, but I'm going to try anyway. We're here in our Savoia-Marchetti SM.79 Sparviero. Note, right off the bat, yes, the sound is off. The sound is wrong. I turn it down slightly. There's actually no sound file with this particular aircraft. You have to choose a sound file to go with the aircraft. Now, they tell you to use a Cessna 172 sound. And I tried that. The problem with using the Cessna 172 sound is these are supposed to be three Alfa Romeo 124 RC-18 radial engines. Cessna doesn't have radials. I wanted the thump and thunder of a radial engine. Unfortunately, I chose the de Havilland DHC2. Which isn't right either, but let's get over that for a moment. Let's talk about our aircraft. Let's see if we have flaps. We're going to do it from back here because it's less annoying. Yes, we have some flaps. You'll see this aircraft actually has Greek markings, but don't worry about that. It's an Italian aircraft anyway. All right, there is no virtual cockpit, so let's get ourselves a cockpit. Okay, let's actually do it the right way and get ourselves a cockpit. There we go. Now you got a cockpit of sorts. All right, let's run these Alfa Romeo engines up. There we go. Originally designed as a fast passenger aircraft, this low-wing monoplane, 1937 to 35, set 26 world records that qualified it for some time as the fastest medium bomber in the world. See if we can get in the air. There we go. Let those big old wheels retract. Go. Woo! It first saw action during the Spanish Civil War. It flew on all fronts in which Italy was involved during World War II. It became famous and achieved many successes as a torpedo bomber in the Mediterranean. We're going to head for the Med right now. The SM-79 was an outstanding aircraft, and it's certainly the best-known Italian airplane of World War II. It was also easily recognized due to its distinctive dorsal hump. It was also well liked by its crew, who nicknamed it Gobbo Maledetto. I probably butchered that. It was the most widely produced Italian bomber of World War II, with some 1,300 built, remaining in Italian service until 1952. The SM-79 project began in 1934 and was conceived as a fast 8-passenger transport capable of being used in air races such as the London to Melbourne race. The SM-79 was by far the most important Italian offensive warplane of World War II and one of the very few Italian aircraft to be produced in substantial quantities. Production started in 1936 and continued until June 1943, totaling 1,217 machines. Let's get our flaps up. I just realized they're down. The high wing load gives it characteristics not dissimilar to a large fighter aircraft. Its wooden structure is light enough that if it had to crash at sea, it could stay afloat for up to a half hour, giving the crew ample time to escape. And that big old front engine there gave protection against some anti-aircraft fire. It was also capable of a relatively quick climb and a good turn of speed for its time, and its rugged structure and responsiveness allowed the aircraft to be looped with care, which means I won't be doing that. The SM-79's defensive armor consisted of 4 and later 5 Breda SA-FAT machine guns. 3 were 12.7 millimeter or half-inch guns, 2 of which were the dorsal hump, with the forward one fixed at an elevation of 15 degrees, the other maneuverable with a 60-inch pivotal mount in the horizontal and a 0 to 70 degree in vertical plane. The third 12.7 millimeter machine gun was located ventrally. No turrets were ever fitted to this aircraft. Of all its weapons, the dorsal one was the most important when it shifted to low-level attacks. You can imagine if we're down on the water, where are the enemy going to attack? They're going to attack from behind and above, so that dorsal mounted gun is extremely important. The cramped layout of the gondola, as you can see hanging down here at the bottom, with the bomb aiming instruments located in the front and the rearward aimed ventral defensive machine gun in the rear, made it impossible to perform both bomb aiming and rear defense simultaneously. So its usefulness was compromised. Because of this, later versions that were used for exclusively torpedo tasks, the weapon in nacelle was removed, and they just went without that. Again, if you're down on the water, you're not going to be attacked from below very easily. Defensive weapons, wow, that's a mountain I almost ran into. We're protected by aerodynamic shields, and we're supposed to be only opened in case of attack. So you can see there's kind of a shield there. You can definitely, on the hump, you can see the shield. However, because the enemy could attack without them being spotted first, it was usually just left open. Bombs were carried in a vertical stack, which prevented large bombs from being carried. That was sort of a problem, but torpedoes, well, the torpedoes were slung on the outside. This is unusually configured, this aircraft here, because it's carrying 2 torpedoes. It was found that 2 torpedoes actually compromised the performance so badly that they only carried 1. The crew was 6 men: pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, gunner, radio operator, bombardier, and rear gunner. We already talked about our power plants, which are 3 Alfa Romeo 128 RC-18 radials, producing 860 horsepower apiece, at 642 kilowatts for the rest of you. Maximum speed, 460 kilometers an hour, which is 286 miles per hour at 3,790 meters, 12,450 feet. This did give the aircraft speed beyond many of the fighters. It wasn't until the introduction of Spitfires, Hurricanes, Mustangs, those kind of aircraft, that enemy fighters became a true constant threat to the 79. Range was 2,600 kilometers, that's 1,615 miles. And 1,200 kilograms internal bomb load, or the 2 external 450 millimeter torpedoes. This is a very interesting looking aircraft. The triple engines, a lot of times people look at triple engines and think, oh, that's a terrible design. But in this case, it served quite a purpose, and this aircraft was a very nice performer. All right, so while we're in our approach to this airport here, shift 2, there's my GPS. 3 is, okay, that's it. So I get very little in the way of actual panel work. That's kind of unfortunate here. What do I think of the aircraft? Well, I'm kind of disappointed in it. I was very hopeful for a beautiful SM.79. It is a distinctive aircraft, an unusual aircraft. Unfortunately, not well modeled in this case, which does detract. But if you are looking for that Italian triple, this might be at least a starting point until we can find somebody who's producing a really, really fine model of this. All right, let's see. Where's our runway? Our runway's over there. Okay. I hate flying without the virtual cockpit. All right, let's see if we can make a landing without destroying our beautiful Italian piece of equipment here. We should. We're here at an airbase here in Palermo. At least that's what it said in the FSX listings. It had it had a mill on it, which I presume is military and not like Milwaukee or something. All right, let's get in here. I kind of make a combat approach, it looks like, just based on my terrible flying in general. Cut those Fiats. Holy moly, that is a short runway. Thought it was more than that. All right, time to get inside. Woo! People in those houses are like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. I gotta aim for right at the edge of this runway here, I think. Oh, I floated it. Come on, baby. How are you down? I can't even tell. All right, we're taking off again. Wow. Yep, there we go. We knew that was going to happen. All right, I'm DerTebbers. I'm terrible at flying aircraft, especially when I have exceedingly short runways. This has been your FSX Plane Spotlight. This has been the, I'm going to butcher this name again, the Savoia-Marchetti SM.79 Sparviero. It's a World War II triple engine torpedo bomber. Until next time. Oh, look at that. There's the doorway. I'm sorry. Until next time. Happy flying, everybody. And try to, I don't know, land your aircraft without crashing. That's my job.